it's hard to understate the importance of GOG when it comes to retro gaming and game preservation. So let's find out how a game that's older than I am performs on modern hardware. Our first game is going to be none other than Mortal Kombat. So since we don't have access to a manual, the first thing we're going to want to do is change the controls. And you may think, oh, we'll just go down to player 1. But you don't want to go down to player 1. You want to go down to player 2 and change the keys for player 2. The reason we're doing this is because the controls are set up for 2 people to be playing on the same keyboard. I don't know how often you're going to be using the same keyboard, so maybe change the controls to make it accessible for 2 people to play on the same keyboard, but realistically, I don't think that's going to happen. I set the keys to a bunch of just random letters that I'm never gonna use. Get that out of the way. Then we'll move up to the player 1, and you enter it by hitting enter. You select it, and then we're gonna select the control keys for me. So we're gonna do WAS, and then for the combat, I have high punch on the left arrow, low punch on up, block on space, high kick on down, and then low kick on right. And that just makes it way easier for me to control without it being like really clustered and awkward, because it's not like you're holding an analog stick and pressing the buttons, even though you can do that because it does allow you to change the control settings for joysticks. So once you do that, we're gonna go save and exit, and then we press F1, and then we accidentally select Kano. Oh well, we're accidentally running as Kano. We're gonna get our asses kicked as Kano. So yeah, once you have that going, it's not full screen. Like even on my screen, it'll cover the same amount of space on what you see as it does for me. Anyway, so I'm running this at 1440. And it covers about 1080p worth of space, I would say. Maybe not exactly, but you know, a decent amount. There is a bar on the side, but it's acceptable, and it runs really, really well. And honestly, I think this is probably the best way to play it. It feels like I might be mistaken, but it feels more responsive than the AtGames Sega Genesis version or the Mega Drive. Now, should you play it at 1440p? Probably not. You should probably maximum 1080, but it does scale pretty well. So you might want to mess around with the resolutions of your monitor. But for me, this is fine. It looks good. I don't mind the bar. In fact, I hardly even notice it. So it took me a while to figure out how to run it correctly, and that's kind of why I wanted to do this series. So even though it does run really, really well, it took me a second to get it running the way I wanted it to. So if you want more content like this, consider liking and subscribing. Maybe consider checking out a different style video right here. Either way, I'll see you there. Bye.